Hello, I'm Logic Bunny, and come with me down the rabbit hole of knowledge. Imagine a scroll, ancient and weathered, slowly unfurling dots. It's a timeline, but not the flat, boring kind you might remember. This one leaps from the pyramids to the printing press, from the Renaissance to the rockets that touch the stars. It's a whirlwind tour through time, a visual feast of moments that have shaped everything we know. What if history isn't just a collection of dates and names? What if it's a secret code? A code that unlocks the present and gives us a glimpse of the future. Let's explore this together. Maybe you've thought it before. Maybe you're thinking it right now. History. Boring, dry, full of people who lived a long time ago. But what if I told you that history isn't about them? It's about you, your world, your choices, your future. That's a great question because it's true and it matters. So what are the key moments? The turning points. The moments that, like a ripple in a pond, sent waves across time, shaping our world into what it is today. And more importantly, how can understanding these turning points make us smarter, more resilient, more prepared for what's to come? That's what we're diving into. We're not just going to look at facts and dates. We're going to explore these pivotal moments. We'll see the cause and effect. We'll see human behavior. We'll see the power of ideas by the end of this. You won't see history as a dusty textbook. You'll see it as a dynamic story, a story that continues to unfold. And you're a character. Ever feel like you're drowning in information? Like there's just too much to read, too much to know, too much to process? That's a great question. Well, believe it or not, it all started with a bang, a big bang, the big bang of information. The printing press. You might be thinking, the printing press? What's that got to do with my phone? Everything. Before the printing press, knowledge was a luxury. Books were painstakingly handwritten, each one a treasure, available only to the wealthy and the powerful. Imagine that. Want to learn something new? Good luck. Then came a man named Johannes Gutenberg, and his invention changed everything. He didn't just invent a machine, he invented a revolution. He made it possible to print books quickly, cheaply, and in large numbers. This wasn't just a technological advancement, it was a fundamental shift in human history. Think about it. Before Gutenberg, if you wanted to learn, you had to find a book. And if you found a book, you had to be able to read it. And if you could read it, you were part of a tiny elite group. The printing press changed all of that suddenly. Information was accessible. Literacy rates soared. New ideas spread like wildfire. The scientific revolution, the Renaissance, the rise of literacy, all fueled by the printing press. Let's explore this together. Picture this. On one side, a painstakingly handwritten manuscript, each letter perfect, each page a work of art. Years of work for a single book. Now on the other side, a printed page. Clean, clear, and made in minutes. The printing press used movable type, individual letters that could be arranged and rearranged to form words, sentences, and entire books. It was efficient, it was fast, and it was revolutionary. But what's the biggest impact of the printing press today? What do you think? Take a moment. Think about it. What's the legacy of Gutenberg's invention in our modern world? That's a great question. The answer? The internet and social media. The printing press created a flood of information, a deluge of ideas, opinions, and facts. Just like the internet. Think of the printing press as the first social network. It connected people through shared ideas. It sparked revolutions. It challenged the status quo. The internet does the same thing. It connects us globally. It allows us to share information, debate ideas, and build communities. But it also presents challenges, misinformation, echo chambers, information overload. Learning from history helps us navigate these challenges. By understanding the impact of the printing press, we can better understand the challenges and opportunities of the information age. We can become more critical thinkers, more discerning consumers of information, more prepared for the future. Let's explore this together. Why study the Roman Empire? It's ancient history, right? What's it got to do with me? That's a great question. Because, believe it or not, the fall of Rome has a lot to teach us about societies, about ourselves, and about the future. Let's explore this together. It's easy to think of the Roman Empire as this monolithic, invincible force of civilization that lasted for centuries, only to be conquered by, well, who exactly? Barbarians. That's a common misconception. The truth is far more complex. The fall of Rome wasn't a sudden event. It was a slow, agonizing decline, a gradual erosion of power, of stability, of everything. Economic instability played a huge role. Inflation, unemployment, the gap between the rich and the poor widened. Political corruption was rampant. Leaders were more concerned with power and wealth than with the welfare of the people. The empire had expanded too far. It became impossible to govern effectively. And then there's climate change. Changes in weather patterns, droughts, factors combined to weaken the empire from within. Think of it like a mighty oak tree, strong and imposing. But over time, its roots begin to rot. The wind and storms become too much, and eventually, the tree falls. Now, let's look at a timeline. It didn't happen overnight. It was a process, a slow, agonizing decline, decades of decline, generations of decline. Now, how does this relate to us, to you? That's a great question, because the same factors that contributed to the fall of Rome are relevant today. Economic inequality, political polarization, environmental issues. These are challenges we face right now. By studying history, we can learn from the mistakes of the past. We can identify the threats to our own society, and we can build resilience. How? By thinking critically, by questioning everything, by seeking out different perspectives, by understanding the interconnectedness of everything. Rome was a mighty oak tree that gradually weakened. Understanding the roots that failed helps us identify the threats to our own society and how to build resilience. The fall of Rome isn't just a story from the past. It's a lesson for the present and a warning for the future. The possibilities are endless. Science feels intimidating, right? All those equations, all those complicated terms. It might seem like something only geniuses can understand. But the truth is, the scientific revolution began with something anyone can do. Asking questions? That's a great question. Let's explore this. Together. Before the scientific revolution, people accepted what they were told. The earth was flat. The sun revolved around the earth. These were the dogmas, the accepted truths. Then came a shift, a paradigm shift. People started to question everything too. Observe, to experiment, to use the scientific method. Key figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton challenged the old ways of thinking. Copernicus proposed that the earth revolved around the sun. Galileo used a telescope to observe the heavens. Newton developed the laws of motion and universal gravitation. Their discoveries weren't just about science, they were about a new way of thinking, of questioning, of seeking truth through observation and experimentation. Let's explore this together. Imagine a pendulum swinging back and forth, a simple demonstration of gravity, or maybe a telescope, revealing the wonders of the cosmos. These experiments challenged existing beliefs. They showed that what we thought we knew wasn't always true. That's a great question. Can you name a scientific discovery that changed the world? Take a moment. Think about it, research it, share your findings in the comments. The scientific revolution was like opening a window and letting in fresh air. It challenged old ideas. It paved the way for progress. It showed us that curiosity is a powerful force, that questioning everything is essential, that science isn't just about memorizing facts, it's about exploring the world around us, about understanding how things work. It's about being curious and questioning everything. The possibilities are endless, so be curious, ask questions, explore the world, and never stop learning. We live in a world overflowing with technology, smartphones, computers, the internet, but how did it all begin? Where did this incredible pace of innovation come from? That's a great question. The answer lies in the Industrial Revolution, the foundation of our modern world. Let's explore this together. Before the Industrial Revolution, most people lived in agrarian societies. They worked the land. They produced goods by hand. Then came a transformation, a shift from handcrafts to hyperspeed, the invention of the steam engine, the cotton gin, and countless other innovations. Factories sprang up, production became faster, more efficient. The world changed, but there was a price to pay. Pollution, child, labor. Urbanization. The Industrial Revolution was a period of unprecedented progress, but it also created new challenges. Let's explore this together. Imagine a workshop, skilled hands carefully crafting a product. Now, imagine a modern factory. Machines churning out goods at an incredible rate. The Industrial Revolution transformed daily life. It changed how people worked. It changed how society was organized. It brought both benefits and drawbacks. What are the pros and cons of technology today? Take a moment. Think about it. How does technology impact your life? The Industrial Revolution was a double-edged sword. It brought unprecedented progress, but it also created new challenges. Understanding this helps us make informed choices about our future. It helps us think critically about the technology we use every day, and it helps us shape a better world. The possibilities are endless. The world feels chaotic, doesn't it? So many conflicts start so many tensions. Understanding the Cold War helps us make sense of it all. It helps us understand the forces that shape our world today. That's a great question. Let's explore this together. After World War II, the world was divided. On one side, the United States and its allies. On the other, the Soviet Union and its allies. It was an ideological standoff, a clash of beliefs, a struggle for global dominance, the arms race, proxy wars, and the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. The Cold War was a time of immense tension, time when the world teetered on the brink. Let's explore this together. Picture a map. 2 blocks. East versus west. The United States and its allies. The Soviet Union and its allies now. Imagine the Cuban Missile Crisis. The world holding its breath. The threat of nuclear war hanging in the balance. What are the lessons of the Cold War that apply to today's world? That's a great question. Think about it. Diplomacy. Negotiation. The importance of communication. These were essential during the Cold War, and they're essential today. The Cold War was a high-stakes chess game. Understanding the strategies and missteps of the players can help us navigate today's complex global landscape. It can help us understand the importance of communication. Of finding common ground. Of avoiding conflict. It can help us build a more peaceful future. The possibilities are endless. We've journeyed through time, from the printing press to the Cold War. We've explored pivotal moments that have shaped our world, moments that continue to impact us today. That's a great question. Let's explore this together. We've seen how the printing press democratized information, how the fall of Rome teaches us about societal collapse, how the scientific revolution sparked curiosity, how the Industrial Revolution transformed our world. The Cold War shaped global politics. But why does all of this matter? Why does it matter to you? Because history isn't just about facts and dates. It's a tool, a toolkit, a way to understand the present and to shape the future. So what can you do? Become a history detective. Research historical events that interest you. Analyze sources. Think critically about the world around you. There are so many resources available. Documentaries, books, historical websites. The possibilities are endless. History isn't just about the past. It's a story. We're all writing. You are writing. Become an informed citizen. Be an active participant in your community. And remember, the more you understand the past, the better you can navigate the present, and the more you can shape the future. Subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment with what historical events you want to explore. The past is never dead. It's not even past.